Hello, Maurice. Okay, so as I said, today is evaluation day, and here we are. I have your watch open. I wanted to check it out. It's clean inside. It's definitely running. I put a new battery in it just for fun, and it's definitely ticking over. The movement looks good. The watch looks good. These seals are original, that it's just absolutely flat. There are some servicing marks inside the case back. They don't mean a whole lot to me, but somebody who is inside this thing left their fingerprints, which is always a sign to me that somebody was not particularly careful. Because I certainly don't. I certainly strive to not leave fingerprints behind. Anyway, the movement looks good. You have owned this watch since high school. Yeah, I tell you, it's in really, really good condition. You had asked me about a couple of things. Replacing this bezel. Well, I guess let me back up. My focus always is going to be on restoration to stock and preservation. I'm not much of a modder, and I'm very keenly aware of how hard it is to find improved original parts for these. You had asked about putting an aftermarket insert in this to make it look a little brighter. We certainly could do that. I personally wouldn't recommend it. I personally would not do that. To my eyes, your watch is actually pretty decent. The dial and the hands are good. And yeah, this has got some pecs and some wear to it, but it's not terrible. Believe me, I've seen much worse. If you want me to look about getting a new Pepsi insert, heralding Yaboki's has some good ones, and I can certainly look into doing that if you want to do that. You had also talked about wanting to swap out the glass. Instead of using a standard flat mineral crystal, you'd wanted to go with a more custom look. You had specifically inquired about a BubbleBoy. This is a BubbleBoy. It has a huge high profile. It stands very, very, very tall, and it magnifies a lot. So it's a very custom look. Again, I would not recommend that for something like this. We could, but it gives this really big, crazy domed look to the watch, and it makes the profile very much higher. If you want a little more depth to the dial, I might suggest doing something like what I actually like doing, which is to use a Type 3 crystal, so-called Type 3. This is the third generation 6105 crystal, but it will fit in these. It'll fit perfectly in these 7548s, because the 7548s are a derivation of the 6309. The 6309 is a derivation of the 6105. And so it gives more depth to the dial. It makes it look a little deeper, but it doesn't stand as tall. It's not huge high thing. It just makes it look a little deeper. I think they're actually really elegant. And that's what I myself would do. I mean, obviously, I sell the BubbleBoy. We're the only company in the world that makes the true BubbleBoy. Jonathan Koch, my partner, invented these. And there are imitators in the world who have copied our BubbleBoys, fakers, but this is the only genuine BubbleBoy in the world. That said, I'm not a fan of going crazy modding. One of the things that Jonathan did say, though, is that Type 3s were acceptable substitutes if the flat crystals weren't around. And they did give more depth. And they're a double dome, which makes them actually slightly stronger for diving depth. But not that you're going to be taking this watch into the water, but if it were me, I would not go double BubbleBoy. And you didn't want a flat crystal, I would go Type 3. But that's me. If you were asking me my opinion about it, service, case you rebuild with seals, carefully clean the hands, leave the original insert, let me just clean everything, and then put a Type 3 in it, and it would look awesome. That's my input. But you can do what you want. You're the watch owner. It's your watch. Whatever you want done, I'll do. Okay. Thank you.